As always, please retry the question before watching the video. There are two things you need to know. If you don't know them, add them to your cheat sheet, mask them, and go back 5 before continuing the video. First thing is, what is the RC for preposition idiom questions? RC stands for recognized category. And almost always is going to be what changes from answer to answer. And in preposition idiom questions, it's almost always going to be the preposition. If you see a preposition changing from answer to answer, you are probably dealing with a preposition question. When you notice that it's a preposition question, what's the WTD for preposition question? And that is choose the answer that sounds the best. This is the only category where we encourage you to choose the answer that sounds the best. Most of the time, the ACT is really good at making the right answer sound wrong, and they're also good at making the wrong answer sound right. Therefore, we want to make sure that we aren't picking answers based on what sounds good, but this category is the one main exception to that rule. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and pick the answer that sounds good and eliminate the answers that don't sound good for number 24 here. Answer F. In 2003, the Australian government permitted the removal of 4 insects from the island in order to bring the species back in the brink of extinction. That is not how we would normally say it, therefore it is not the right answer. And that's why we're picking answers based on what sounds good, because preposition idiom is how it's normally said in English language, not necessarily logic to it, but it's going to be what sounds right if you've done enough reading. Sometimes you won't be able to tell the sound, and that's okay. It's just the best metric that you have, and you might not be able to get it right if you haven't read enough to know if it sounds right or not. In 2003, the Australian government permitted the removal of 4 insects from the island in order to bring the species over from the brink of extinction. Also not how we would normally say it. Next one is back from the brink of extinction. Ding, ding, ding. That is going to be our winner. That is how we normally say it. Bring the species against the brink of extinction, not how we normally say it. If this made sense to you, please add it to your worksheet and write on the explanation side what you learned that you want to retain along with the correct answer. And then go ahead and continue with the preposition idiom questions that you missed on this test. If this is the last preposition idiom question you missed on this test, please go ahead and do the preposition idiom mastery until you've gotten 10 questions correct in a row.